All right, it's the Monday morning conversations that continue on, and yeah, I get to ride around the Ford Raptor with me, and these phones, technology, about drives you nuts. But you know what's crazy? I cannot find my sunglasses for anything. This is beyond believable. It just drives me nuts. I'm not lying to you. So I'm having to wear these things, which these really aren't the best of your protect your cataracts. I cannot find my glasses for anything in the world. I mean, oh my gosh, just insane, just beyond believable anymore. You know, I don't know. I know if you're an individual who's older in life, it just doesn't stop with information. You know, if you got a family, a business, relationships, it just becomes overwhelming. You know, yeah, right. Okay, well, don't have so many damn cars. Get rid of the wife and the kid, and everything will be different, right? Okay, we'll do that. Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, that's like me, right? So anyways, so what are we doing now with Ford Raptor? What we're going to do, see how bright it is in here. So right now, it is so bright in this, you know, truck. And I learned on that F-250, but putting a strip, so there's a little line right here I never knew. You can put a strip across this front windshield that totally takes down the glare in the truck. And I'm going to tint the windows. It just is a huge difference on the vehicle comfort-wise. I mean, the window tint is a huge difference, especially in hot environments, because you can just notice that, you know, the heat just getting your arm, especially like in Florida. I'm out in Florida, that sun is so wicked. I mean, it is just wicked. So, yeah, it's the go to LA Tint Manassas and do yet another tint. I mean, like, what number is this? Okay, I'm sticking at this 18.2 miles per gallon. I'm loving that, considering how big this truck is. And, you know, that's interesting. I was videoing the other day on walking around the Ford Bronco, and it made me think about how when I took my Ford Bronco up to the dealership to get the oil changed, when it was all done, I walked around the truck, and this is this is for anybody. You take your car to the car dealership, you first, if you're smart, you're going to have the appraiser, service person to walk around your car. And a lot of dealerships do this automatically, and they have you sign a thing that shows there's no, you know, dents. Oh, there goes my guy. Phone just doesn't stop ringing, man. I'll tell you. Yeah, so the conversation was the Bronco, you know, walk around. You know, when you take your car to a dealership, if you're going to do a walk around that car before and after, you're kidding yourself. These car dealerships, I mean, car dealerships have a bad rap because so many people have bad things happen. It's a fact. And I'm not calling out all the car dealerships, but it's just the way it is. So the point is, on Saturday, I walked around my Bronco before I officially left the dealership, and it made me think about my Chevrolet Silverado. I bought back like in 2017, I think, or 18, a really nice Chevy Silverado, LTZ package, white. I even did an aftermarket exhaust on it, which really, I think, sounded so good. And I really wasn't doing a YouTube channel per se at that time. I just posted it on my other channel. So I used to have a different username and a different channel, but I didn't really use it. And so that Chevy Silverado that had the 5.3 motor, I think it is, it had the small, I guess the small block in it. Didn't have the big block. I'm just trying to think. It was the 350 motor, I guess, 5.7 motor. And that vehicle got like 20 plus miles a gallon. Going to Florida, I got close to 30 miles a gallon on that truck. It was such an incredible fuel efficient vehicle. It wasn't the best on power. I mean, to me, the power lagged in it. But overall, that truck just did a phenomenal job. But here's the reason I'm bringing that up. I took that truck to Chevy Coons Tyson's for its first oil change, and it wasn't until I got home that I recognized somebody put a huge ding in the right side fender of the truck. You know, because when you get in the truck on the left-hand side, you don't see the right side. So I was so disappointed. It was a huge ding. Somebody nailed it bad. You know, but here's what I'm leading up to. I traded that truck for the Ram 1500 limited truck that was like a $78,000, $80,000 truck, but they had incentives on it where it was like 20 grand off. I'm not embellishing. This is the good old days where the manufacturers would throw out $10,000, $12,000 rebates. The dealer would discount it 8, 10 grand. So you get the truck for like 20 grand off. So I basically got like an $84,000 truck for like $64,000. And the Chevy Silverado was like $57,000. So it just had so many more amenities to it and a nicer truck. You know what? I wish I never did that. I didn't like that Ram 1500 truck. The Ram 1500 truck is such a smooth riding vehicle. It's incredibly refined and a beautiful vehicle, but it doesn't give me that truck feel. Isn't that stupid? I hear you. Yeah, it just didn't give me that. It rode too much like an SUV to me. I mean, beautiful truck, don't get me wrong. Air ride suspension, raise and lower it to work out of it. All the, it's just a great truck. Rear, vented seats for the AC and the Ram box. Beautiful truck, but I just couldn't fall in love with it. And I eventually sold it last year. So anyways, going back here to the Raptor truck that I'm driving today, I'm getting ready to go take it to get the windows tinted. And this would have to be number 55, I think, today. 55 or 56. But right now, the F450 truck that I took to Florida, I so wish I would have made time to take that truck to Florida, or take that truck to the LA Tint, Manassas, before we went to Florida, because going down that truck, towing that trailer, it was hot. That interior was hot. A two-door cab truck. And that interior did not do a very good job of cooling. The cooling seats were good, but overall, that truck just got so hot. I was so surprised. Just a two-door cab truck without running that air conditioning on max. And that's one of those things where it doesn't have the auto air conditioning heating. That's a truck that's it's the SXT package, so it's not the upgraded package where you get all the amenities. And amenities in an upgraded vehicle is an auto, heat and AC, where you just set the temperature in the car, moderates that temperature. I've talked about this a gazillion times in my videos. So that truck there, I should have taken it to them and had the window tint and the front windshield done. All right, here's my guy. I mean, it just doesn't end. Oh, it's the never-ending challenges running businesses. Yeah, problems. So yeah, so what I was leading up to with the F450 truck, that's another vehicle. So right now, I've got the F450 to take to him. I got the Raptor to take to him. I'm not doing the Heritage Mustang. There's no way. Would I do the Challenger? Probably. But I think the one is already tinted that, so I don't have to worry about that. Kind of thinking through my selection of cars right now, I think that's probably it. Because my wife doesn't want the windows tinted in the 4Runner, which she drives that. That bugs the heck out of her. So yeah, so that'd be kind of the idle time there, unless I get another F-150 Lightning truck, which I've told you numerous times. Who knows? That's and that's interesting. Never got the F-150 Lightning truck windows tinted, and when I got back in town, I was so close to getting that done. And the guys there take really good care of me, so it's not a lot of money. But what's so interesting though, we talked about this the other day in the videos, is on Friday that this truck, if you have a vehicle that's not registered in the state of Virginia, why does your vehicle have to comply to the state regulations that's not registered to? I don't get that at all. And I hope somebody that's an LEO or a person that knows the state laws about motor vehicles and compliance, I'd love to hear their answer. Is, if you have a vehicle that's registered in Maryland and you're driving through Virginia and your window tint is Maryland legal but not Virginia legal, if you're pulled over, and once again, in the state of Virginia, it cannot pull you over for window tint. They have to pull you over for you making a traffic violation, meaning you're speeding, you ran a red light, you ran a stop sign, whatever traffic violation you commit. Once they pulled you over, then they can start critiquing your car. But that's the whole point. I have a hard time believing if you have a Maryland registration of a vehicle, that now the state of Virginia can say, hey, your tint is not legal, and you have to remove that tint to be legal in the state of Virginia. And I'd be like, but I don't live in the state of Virginia. I live in Maryland, and my vehicle is registered in Maryland. How can you go after me? I mean, this is no different than you live in a state like Florida. Florida doesn't have emissions tests on their vehicles, as far as I know. I don't know of any emissions, testing. So you're telling me if I drive through the state of Virginia with my car that's emitting some smoke, the police, after they pull me over for my traffic violation, they can then write me a citation for non-emission compliance? I mean, I don't know. I'm really intrigued to hear if anybody in this YouTube channel watches my channel can really give me an accurate, in writing answer to all this. Because to me, it makes no sense that if I have a tinted window vehicle that's not registered in the state of Virginia, how they can go after me. I don't understand that. I mean, and the other part of me says, okay, I can kind of understand that if they pulled you over and now you're operating a vehicle in their state that's not compliant to their standards, okay, all right, but geez, that gets really, there's so many variables to that. So I'd be really interested to know about that. And, once again, that's not the number one challenge in my life, but it's all about information. Here's checking out my Raptor. I tell him all the time to watch my YouTube channel. And he's like, yeah. He's just being nice. Now I'm waiting for my other guy to show up. Yeah, it's that Mach-E Mustang. It's now 11:30. 11:30. I plugged it in at like 7:30. I can remotely look at that vehicle, and I can see what the range is. So it's at 152 miles. So that's what it is. I can see there. It's 152 miles for that vehicle. That's 64%. So it'll be close. Though today, it actually will be really close. He'll do a 150-mile day. I tell you, that vehicle, I don't know, man. I've got mixed feelings. And here's the thing, John works for me. He's got a Toyota FJ Cruiser, and that thing's just, 380,000 miles. Motors have been rebuilt, transmissions, everything. You don't go 380,000 miles on a car and have to replace things. You're you're living on Mars. So, he works on my vehicle right now because it's just more efficient for the business. That's what it is. It's just more efficient for the business to run around in that vehicle than him run around in his vehicle. And then he's challenged because the gas is so expensive. So, but at the same time, I'll drive that thing into the ground. That vehicle, it'll be 30,000 miles on that thing. You'll be watching one of my YouTube channels down the road. Yeah, this car now has 22,000 miles on it. Then a little while later, this car now has 28,000 miles on it. And if I just keep on going, you'll be watching my channel. Yeah, this car has 36,000 miles on it. One thing for sure, it'll be a great vehicle to be able to share with the reliability, versatility, and does it turn into people used to call these cars that fall apart a bucket of bolts. And my saying is, the new EV age is a bucket of batteries. What's the long term? And that's the thing. Who has owned a Ford Mustang Mach-E with 100,000 miles on it right now? Nobody. Is there somebody out there now probably has 40, 50,000 miles on it? Yeah, I bet you there is. 30, 40, sure. But 100, no. And that's where I talk about, when you buy a new vehicle, especially a new vehicle comes to market, you're the guinea pig. To a degree, I'm the guinea pig. I'm buying these new electric vehicles, and I'm the guy finding out of the gate what the real deal is, which I'm radiating back to you. And it'd be interesting if some people, would comment and say, watch your channel. It just reaffirmed that I don't want an electric vehicle. It just reaffirmed that my vehicle gets 20 miles a gallon that I love and I take care of, that gets me to work back and forth, that buying an electric vehicle, it didn't save me any money. There's nothing there. And I'm not talking about buying a Nissan Leaf. I'm not talking about buying a $20,000 Chevy Bolt or Volt. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking keep it apples to apples. If you're in a very comfortable vehicle right now and you sell it, the electric vehicle, I think you're behind. You're not ahead. Don't get me wrong. If you're driving an old Ford truck and you go buy a Chevy Volt, oh yeah, you're miles ahead. No doubt about that. I get all that. But I'm talking about sell your Ford truck that gets maybe 18 to 20 miles a gallon and get a Ford Lightning truck that you just spent, but keep in mind, you can get the Ford Lightning in a real low trim model in the 40s. Yeah, good luck getting one, but you can. But once again, if you're driving around a nice F-150 Lariat or a King Ranch package truck, and then you jump to the F-150 Lightning truck, and let's just say at the end of the day it's 20 grand more, I don't think you're miles ahead. Keep in mind the F-150 Lariat, there's a lot of variables in that and how you trim it out. So there's a lot of variables. And Ford actually doing a pretty good job, of trying to keep that truck within reason of the gas vehicle. So that'd be a little more challenging on that angle there. But for the average person that it's not able to afford $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 for vehicles, I get all that. Your budget's more like $30,000, maybe $40,000, maybe. Yeah, the whole point is you're not going to be able to get that electric vehicle and you're going to be miles ahead and saving any money. You're not. I just did a whole video on the EV, conversations earlier this morning. So, and that's where I think it's so sad is the general media just doesn't convey to the end user. And I see people on TV that are on the local news and reporters, interviewing them when they're buying $4 gas, and they're all mad about the $4 gas and how they're saying, I'm going to buy an electric vehicle now as I'm sick of this. And I just think you're so misinformed of what's going on. Because here's the thing. The OPEC industry has already raised their hand, and they're saying we are not going to raise the output of oil because we already know the world recession is on our doorstep. OPEC already sees this. So think that through. So the $4 gas isn't going to last. The $3 gas will come back. The greedy stock market grabbers on this oil are going to come to realize that it's not all being sucked up every day like they think it is and be so lucky to get the oil. It's all going to change. It's changing as we speak. The industry is down. The fuel industry consumption is down. Some of you argue with that. Okay, let's talk about pandemic numbers. If you go back to prior pandemic, no way. The fuel industry is not pumping what it used to prior to the pandemic. No. But why? Because they got to make money. It's all smoke and mirrors. It's so ridiculous. And the greedy stock market traders buy into it, and they drive the barrel of oil to really unprecedented heights of the value of oil that's not realistic. It's not. And then the agenda comes in to support it. The agenda wants expensive fuel, expensive energy. They want you to change your lifestyle. If you have $2 gas, nobody's going to be jumping up and down to buy an electric vehicle. It's just not going to happen. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying electric vehicles, are a bad thing. I'm trying to explain through my YouTube channel that it's misperceived that you buy an electric vehicle and you're miles ahead from your gas engine. It's not factual. It's false. Yeah, some here will be like, Jesus Christ, it's the EV conversation. I can't take it. I'll tell you what, there's definitely some people that I don't want to talk about EVs. They don't want nothing to do with it. They despise them. They hate them. I've talked about this many times. How many people hate the EV vehicle? What's driving that? I understand what's driving it. What's driving that? It's because they feel like the governing bodies of the world are telling you and me how to live our life. That's what's driving the hate. It isn't necessarily that they don't like an electric vehicle. They like they don't like the implications. That you feel like you're being told what you can and can't do. That's what irritates people about electric vehicles. There's no doubt in my mind. Overall, an individual's like, yeah, electric vehicle, whatever, that's your choice. Great, that's fine. But where it gets heated is they radiate that they feel, and I don't disagree, that the world governing bodies are controlling more than ever the future of what things should be and shouldn't be. And we know as individuals that so many people in world powers make mistakes. That's the deal. So, all right. Waiting on my guy. Just lost 20 minutes of my day, which not a big deal, but it is what it is. And it's all about being ready to go to work, which that's sometimes it's challenging for all of us, if you get what I'm talking about there. So, and we're all not perfect, even though we think we are, right? Yes, there I am sitting in the park. And I'm getting hungry. I really had nothing to eat. Donut and a coffee. Like, that's really the good thing. You know, it's so funny. Watch my earlier video. My guy that works for me came in. He's laughing. My earlier video, my shirt was inside out. So if you go back to this morning's video, you'll see that I'm videoing the whole time, walking around with my shirt pulled inside out. You know, I'd be the guy that shows up to work, where I'm sure, you know, if the guys, we wouldn't even say, like, shh, don't tell Ice Age. Don't tell Ice Age he's got his shirt is inside out. Just let him keep on working all day, and his shirt's inside out. Then by the end of the day, we'll all look at him and go, "Hey, dude, your shirt's inside out." Yeah, you know how that is, the office environment. Oh my gosh, yeah. There's two different colored shoes going to work. We know different colored socks, but you don't see that, right? You know, so all right, the conversation shall continue. Got a GT350 here in front of me, just blasted by me.
This girl on social media that I follow, she used to the stripes this weekend, and I was like, that, and I actually commented, I was like, that was the one thing I was going to tell you about your Mustang that I didn't like, but I just kept it to myself. But I was like, good riddance to Pepe Le Mustang.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, the skunk machine, right? Yeah, no doubt.
Totally.
No, my wife used to laugh at me. My wife used to laugh at me. Want, you know, the skunk look, you know, like, you really want the skunk look? That's what she would say.
Yeah, no, that's funny. It looks a heck of a lot better all blonde.
Oh, clean. Looks clean. Nice.
Yeah, it looks very good.
Yeah, the stripes on cars, to me, there's a very fine line where it looks really good, or it looks tacky.
The white blue is so iconic for Ford. That's hard to beat.
Right.
But I like some of the black and white. Yeah, black and white really just does look too skunky, or white and black.
Here he goes. He's nailing it, but it doesn't do it because it's the voodoo motor that you got to go to radical RPMs to get it to come to life. So it's not that impressive.
I know.
He just got into it. It's like, yawn. And then there's a white Mustang convertible up. There's a white Mustang convertible up in our area right now, running down the road with the rainbow stripes. Oh my gosh, like, yikes.
I haven't seen that.
Oh yeah, it's tacky looking. It's pretty. It would be good like a Mustang, white, but it's just, it looks so. It's three stripes. You know.
They ruined it.
Yeah.
They tacked it up and ruined it.
Tacky. Something's happening there, right?
Oh, this idiot decided he wanted to go 495 south from the far left hand 495 north lane at the very last second before the split happened. So, the car's freaking out. So I just have to go around it.
So it's interesting how you picked up on those videos. So those red flashing lights in the car are the radar. It's your radar that's reading your body and movement. That's what that is, right?
Yeah, your head position, yeah.
But I mean, but it has in other places too. Like my Ford Raptor here has it here on my A-pillar. You know what I mean? I noticed that in my video getting into my Raptor. Huh?
I don't think Ford's figured out where they like it best yet, because they're literally just putting it everywhere right now. There's no rhyme or reason to it.
Really?
The F-150 Lightning's in the middle. The F-150 Lightning's in the middle of the freaking cab. And now you're telling me the F-150 Raptor's on the A-pillar, mine's behind the steering wheel. Like, obviously, I guess they're playing like, let's see which one works the best.
That's funny. That's a good point, though. We're the guinea pigs.
Yeah, essentially. I mean, honestly, I think for a person that likes to drive with their left hand, I would prefer it in the A-pillar or behind the wheel. If you're a right-hand driver, then behind the screen would be fine, like the F-150 Lightning. But it gets mad at you a lot when you block it with your right hand. Like, I even noticed that if you hold your hand near your face. Like if you're a heavy hand talker, your hand will cover that sensor, and it'll get mad at you if you're on adaptive.
Yeah. Right.
So, yeah.
Hey, what's the Rivian? What, you know what? I keep forgetting. What's the Rivian tow? How much weight?
Oh, it's 10,000.
I heard 11,000.
It might be a little bit more, but I thought it was 10 or 11. It's in the 10,000s. It's pretty large.
Yeah. Did I tell you about the guy that responded to my YouTube channel that gave me the jab about he felt sorry for me for getting the Raptor over the Rivian?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but you know what? Yesterday I was doing my YouTube video yesterday, and you know I brought up, I don't think the Rivian's a truck. It's not, that vehicle, to compare the Rivian to the Ford full-size truck, I think that's wrong. Because it's more like the Ranger size interior truck. It's totally...
Yeah, totally.
So I think it's really wrong for anybody to do a review on the Rivian and then compare it to an F-150 truck. It's not, you know, you're not comparing the same vehicles.
Yeah.
I mean, the back bed is nothing the size of F-150. The back seating is nothing close to F-150. I mean, you can go through a whole list. The Rivian's kind of a niche in its own class. I would call it an adventure vehicle. I don't think it's a truck.
Yeah, it's like that other one that I sent you. What's it called? That funky looking, looks like a Volkswagen bus with the back cut off of it. Yeah, I classify more as it's a mid-sized pickup truck / adventure vehicle for sure.
Yeah, so, you know, just interesting how I think it's the wrong, you know, I think you're wasting your time to compare that to that. All right, I'm here at the Mickey D's to get a little sandwich, so let me do that, and we'll be yakking.
Get it done later, bye.
All right, here we are at LA Tint. You know what? This place is blasting. I mean, every time I come here, they've got tons of cars to do. You have no idea, so many years ago, this wasn't the story. So let's check it out. There she goes, the before and the after effect of the Raptor, the horny Raptor, right? So I'm going to do the back. The front window is the same as the back, and do a strip above the windshield. How about that idea? See, these guys, they actually let me come in and do my thing because I'm such a regular. So I'm allowed to come in here, maybe not. Where the hell's the button? There it is. Look, he knows how to do it. I don't. I don't qualify. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Great, man. Good to see you. There's a gentleman here at LA Tint, and he's being really cool because I'm going to show him his truck. This Ram 1500 truck, I'm going to close the door real quick. See, this here, this is where we came from. The two-door truck. This is where our heritage came from. And this gentleman here just got this, and he actually got rid of his bigger diesel truck. But, you know, I talk in my videos on how we all have a passion for cars. And this gentleman here found this through CarMax, and CarMax went out of their way and got it from Harrisonburg?
Yeah.
Harrisonburg, Pennsylvania. So he lives here down, you know, the Virginia area, and they went out of their way to get him this truck and to make him nice and satisfied and happy, right?
It's a 2014 and it's got 12,000 miles.
That's it? 2014. Wow. 2014. 12,000 miles? 8 years old.
8 years old. I just turned 12,000 miles.
And look at the exhaust. A nice exhaust on there.
I got Magna Flows on it.
Okay, so here's a question. So why did you tint the windows just for the heck of it? What's
Just for the heck of it. I got
You
old
want-
and I got some.
It just helps your eyes better?
Yeah.
And it keeps the
Plus
heat
it gives
down?
it a better look.
Yeah, but did you know, I didn't know this. You can put a strip across this windshield, just so you know in the future, you can put a strip across the front windshield. It kills, right, exactly. And it takes away the glare inside the truck.
I thought it was illegal.
I did too, that's what I'm saying to you. I just learned from these guys that you can put a strip across the windshield. There's a little line in your windshield that shows how far it can go down.
Yeah.
And so next time around, if you come back here and want to spend a little extra money, think about that because it makes the interior truck cooler and not much glare. So look at the tires. Tires, wheels.
I'm going to put hooks on the front. That's my next project. I got to take that panel,
Right,
and then I'm going to order up the hooks for here.
right.
And,
4-wheel drive, right?
Oh yeah.
Now, this gentleman here I'm talking to, I'm not going to show him, but came from the Power Wagon days. What year Power Wagon did you have?
73.
So he had a 73 Power Wagon. That was his true beginnings.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so when you were a kid, which did you want, a truck or a car? Truck.
Yep.
And
it was the same color as this.
Yeah, I just told him inside jokingly that he just bought this to be a kid again. This is his replacement Power Wagon days because it's a 2-door truck, if you get what I'm saying. And your other truck was a 4-door extended cab.
Extended cab.
Yeah, he had a 98 Cummins diesel Ram Dodge 2500 that he modded. It was just the coal burner, I guess you could say. You know what I mean? So, once again, I'm just radiating here to this gentleman here that I have my YouTube channel, and we all have a passion for our vehicles. And yesterday, my theme of my car channel was trucks. That there's so many people that came from trucks, you know?
It's over there. Look, it's over there.
Look at what. Oh, up here?
Yeah, there's another one. That's a Dodge.
Right. So anyways, the just a really 5.7 Hemi motor.
Yeah, 5.7.
But the only thing I'm hearing from you is you kind of wish it had a little higher gear. It's like a 3.
That gearing's fine. I'm going to change out the tires. I'm going to go to a 34. It's got a 32.8 on it now, which I call it a 33.
Are you going to leave same wheels?
Yeah.
So just same wheels, bigger tire.
Bigger tire.
And what type of tire do you think you even get? Do you even know yet?
Yeah. Michelin has the LTXs. which
Oh,
I
that's
had
what
on
you
my
want.
own.
Oh, it's night and day.
Continental has one.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
That
But
Michelin
it's
tire.
You're limited because of the 20-inch rim.
Right.
And if it's 17, I would have put some big ass.
Yeah, but you know what's incredible? The Goodyear Wranglers are okay, but that Michelin tire, this will feel like this truck will ride all different.
These are original treads.
These are?
These are original treads.
That's amazing. So look, like no dry rot.
There's a little bit of chicken.
Is there?
Just a little bit down around on a couple of the tires. Just a little bit.
Do they have any value? Would you sell this to anybody? Or like, nah, too old?
There's a guy down
Used tires, I know. I've seen them.
Up the street, yeah.
So he'd probably give you a few dollars for them?
Yeah, you just unload them, and set them in. I'm going to probably do that in the spring.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Cut the gentleman here short. He's now telling me he's going to put a 2-inch lift on it, Bilstein shocks, but if you put a bigger lift on it, would you be able to put a bigger tire on than you just told me about, or you have to put...
No, see what happens is the taller 34s that I'm looking at are only 11-inch wide.
Right.
But most everybody puts a 12.5, and it rubs.
Okay.
The 11.5. This is 10.5 inches, and I'm going to go up to 11. That gives me a 1/4 inch on the side. It's not going to hit. I got that much room.
Yeah, but if you go for a 2-inch lift, would you even go bigger, or that includes
I could go that, but I'm not going to go any.
You lose your fuel mileage and everything else.
Money.
Right. So when's your guesstimation you're gonna do that project?
Spring.
Okay, nice.
I'm gonna put a couple of miles on these here.
Yeah, right.
Let over the winter.
Nice.
And save up my pennies.
Yeah, I get you.
And throw 4 brand new ones.
And it's the project. It's all about.
I just did the muffler. I put a Magnaflow on.
Oh, really? I got to hear it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, come on! I got to start it up. You got to start it up, and I'll get back here and hear the exhaust.
Yeah, I took it over to Euclid. The guy on Euclid.
Yeah, I know you are. Yeah. So let's hear the rumble, right? The rumble. There you go. Yeah, that's a nice tone. Oh yeah. Yeah, that sounds good. It's not obnoxious, you know what I mean?
That's what I mean.
And with this type of truck here, being a 2-door, you gotta be careful. You sometimes get that drone inside of it. You get too radical.
The idea of what I'm doing here is that I'm just doing everything in moderation, but I am modding, just slightly modding.
Right.
And it opens up if my kid, he's got too many babies to take it, but he'll have no trouble getting rid of it if anything happens.
Oh no, well, it's not focused on that at this point. You're a young guy still, so.
And the interior is like brand side. I invested in those covers.
Oh, that's nice.
And put those on there.
Oh, Carhartt, those are nice. Pricey. They're good. But they're going to last forever.
Yeah, and it's probably a worthwhile. I put the dashboard cover on so it won't crack.
Oh yeah, I just saw that. That's a great idea too. Well, it's all about the project. That's the fun of having a vehicle. You personalize it to your likings, and that's what it's all about.
That's it.
All right, I'm gonna wrap this YouTube video on this gentleman right here,
Yeah, and then
and
I'm
he's gonna
gonna
get the heck out of here.
And I'm gonna go home.
Another gentleman here has a passion for his F-150 KC package, and he's checking out my Raptor, and you know, for him, this thing's awesome. He's got, how many kids do you have?
I got 3 kids.
He's got 3 kids, you know, so he's got to budget his money and time, but I think he's doing pretty good. Oh, this is really cool.
The new one's got the flip down.
Oh yeah, yeah. We got the brand new screen. Yeah, I know. That's what I have. So yeah, this is a 2021 or 22.
21.
Wow.
It's probably yours, but yeah.
Oh, that's pretty neat. That's a good idea. That's a great idea.
For the business guy.
Yeah, yeah. But I like that. Where'd you get that? That little cover.
Amazon, baby. Got to get everything on Amazon.
All right, that's nice. So what about the back there? Is it viewable? You got you know, something back there.
We got the full size sunroof.
Yep.
Or moonroof.
Now, what dealership did you get this from?
So the dealership is called Creeds Customs. It's up in Bethesda, Maryland.
Oh, I know where they are. Yeah, yeah.
And they do a really good job.
Frederick, Maryland, you mean?
Frederick, right.
I know. I've been there.
So
yeah, know
really
about
good
it.
job. Safety package, real good detail. This is the awesome part. When you go get your shit lifted, excuse my language, but when you go get it lifted, it comes out like shit. They sprayed everything down. They coated everything. It's nice and black on black.
But you know what's so interesting is, so did you know in Maryland, this you can't, you're illegal. Did you know that?
No.
So just so you know, it might be incorrect with you. Virginia doesn't go after you per se, but in Maryland, your tires have to be in for what you're talking about, the rocks being thrown up and everything.
Yes.
So in Maryland, you know it's a good conversation on my YouTube channel I talk about? I have people telling me, and I don't believe this.
That Virginia's better?
No, people, yeah, right, exactly, right. So here's the thing. Technically, what people are telling me,
Yes, sir.
when you tint your windows,
Yes, sir.
and you have Maryland registration, in Virginia, they can write you a ticket for not being compliant. Have you ever heard that? So think that through. You have a
Think
registered...
about all the Florida cars that come up through here.
Right.
Think about all the Texas cars that are coming up here, buying from the dealership with these crazy tents.
Right.
There's a sun down there.
Right.
So Virginia just has to get with it. I think it's just a matter of time.
Yeah, but what I'm saying to you is, if you have, let's just say, a Florida registration, and you're driving through the state of Virginia, this is a second offense for a violation ticket. They can't pull you over to check your tint. They can pull you over for a speeding ticket, then they can check your tint. So if you're a Florida resident, this is what people are telling me when I'm on forums, and other individuals, even ask the gentleman there, Travis, they're claiming, even though you have Florida registration, when you're in the state of Virginia, they can write you a ticket for illegal tint.
I've heard.
Is that crazy?
I've heard.
That is crazy.
In Florida too, but
so this is what I'm saying to you then.
so you gotta abide by the laws.
So this is what you're saying then. If you go to Maryland, a Maryland State boy pulls you over speeding, he can bust you for this.
And I bought it in Maryland, so I'll tell him to go.
Yeah, I know, but that's what's crazy.
It is crazy. But,
you know what I mean? But anyways, we don't have to focus on. Let's focus on your truck. Badass. What size wheels are these? These are what, 22s, 24s?
Or no.
The wheel itself
the wheel
is a 22. It looks bigger than that though. This is like a 24 or 26.
Right.
So how much of lift does this truck even have? Do you even know?
I think it's a 4-inch.
It seems bigger than that.
You think it's 6?
I think it's at least 6. Oh yeah. I mean, this is a big truck, man. My daughter
told me 4-inch to get me out of the state of Maryland, or into the state of Virginia. Actually, they probably heard I was coming into Virginia, so they're like, "Hey, it's a 4." No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
But
Right.
They do a really good job. I mean, they have this whole safety application where the owner takes it home, drives it for a certain amount of miles.
Yeah.
Make sure no rubbing, no nothing.
Right. Nice. All new shocks and all that. All new your suspension, your coil springs.
And with these new tech packages, which I love, you don't have to get the oversized mirrors. Oversized mirrors.
Yeah, because you have the camera.
Yeah, the camera, you got the 360, so now you can park in these silly places around.
Right. Oh wow. So how long ago did you get this?
Got about 2 weekends ago.
Oh, so this is brand new for you. Wow. And so today you brought it in, and you.
And then next thing is the tough paint around the bottom trim.
So he's an anti mud flap guy, which I can get that because this is such a big truck.
I've been taught.
You know,
anti-mud flap.
but I mean, but the downside is,
I love this cloth too that the Ford does.
Oh yeah, right. So this is so much tire, man. You hear the rocks pinging up underneath your floorboards, do you or don't you? You don't? Really?
I haven't been out to a winery yet.
Yeah.
I haven't been out to the brewery.
What about exhaust? Did they do anything with exhaust?
No.
They gotta do exhaust.
No nothing. I mean, it more zings than than puts out a.
So are you gonna do an exhaust?
Probably not.
Really?
Yeah, I've got babies at home.
Okay.
I just don't need to wake up the neighbors. I mean,
Yeah, no, I know. I get it. I get it.
I got guys hauling.
Right. Wow.
You always know when they're coming. I don't want to be seen. I don't want to be known.
So, did you have to give something up for this? Was the wife like, okay,
no,
honey?
So, funny thing is that my 2 kids go to a daycare that has about 4 Raptors.
Yeah, we were talking about my Raptor.
Cadillacs, your
Raptor. Yeah. So the wife.
So when Daddy pulls up an Explorer, kids roll out and go, Daddy, I want one of those.
It's impressions, right?
It's impressions.
See, I have a video just about what you're talking about. The impressions of what you drive is who you are.
Typically, but it also runs off on the wife. The wife wanted this really bad.
Oh my gosh, what a wife! Really?
So, yeah,
Get out of here!
Trade in her Tahoe. Oh yeah, she.
Oh my gosh! So this is pretty. I love this.
Looking out for me.
The wife is more the truck addict than he is. Is his wife driving it?
Out of common sense, I'm a medical sales rep, and I drive into a little hospital parking garage.
So you need the Tahoe.
So now this is going to be a pain in the.
Yeah. So you need the Tahoe.
I probably Tahoe would fit. This would fit.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the wife will be feeling sorry for you, won't she? She drives down the road.
I think my wife has a plan.
I think your wife has a real good plan. She's going to be hot rodding down this truck while you're driving the Tahoe. Well, not all the time, though. But hey, man, that's awesome.
Well, thanks for having
me, I appreciate
me,
you getting on the video. This is all about the passion of trucks. And take your call. And you're going to get the front windshield done, you think?
I don't know about that strip.
It makes a big difference.
That one strip?
Yes, it keeps an interior cooler, and it gets the glare out of your eyes.
Okay.
It's huge.
Okay.
These guys move faster than I can talk. Look at this. I mean, I can't talk fast enough. Wow. Yeah, so here we are. Cool. Black on black on black. So we got the F-150 KC package. We've got the Raptor package. And I got the window. Yeah, I know. Exactly. These guys are so good. Oh, they tint to me. I come here all the time. But to me, these guys know what to do. Hey, come on by. Come on by. Check out my window tint. Come check my front windshield thing. Yeah, he should do that. He should do that. So what I'm going to do, I want him to sit in my truck.
Yeah.
I want him to get in there. What you should do yourself a favor. So get in your truck and sit in it, then jump in mine and see the difference of your inside windshield. You should do that. I mean, to me, this is such a difference. This is so nice. Oh, the seat's way back. What have I been doing in my truck? I'm playing, right? You really should go to their side and sit in the truck with the door closed, or you should do yours first. Either or, but you'll see. As he takes off and drives away, right? Hey.
It really gives you a little bit of more depth right here in the front.
But it makes
cools it all off.
Yes, but it just takes the glare out of you, and the truck is cooler inside. So I would definitely recommend down the road. It's all about the money. I get all that. You got a lot of responsibilities going on, but
Nice.
I mean, yeah.
What type of truck liner you got?
That is the Ford roll-up.
Okay.
I love that thing. I have videos. If you go to my Ice Age TV right there, I have all the videos of putting all this stuff on.
Okay,
bed rug.
great.
So I put a bed rug in mine.
Yeah.
And this roll-up one is so nice. Mm-hmm. But I have so many videos of how-to things. Okay. And you'll see all my cars and trucks and everything.
Cool,
and hopefully it helps you.
I think
you know.
Thanks,
yeah, man. Great meeting you. All right, done here at LA Tint, and wow, this is just such a nicer environment. I just can't emphasize enough how it gives this interior look, just a nicer, lower tone of light. Now at nighttime, yeah, you do a lot of nighttime driving. These window tints can be dangerous, but I don't, so I'm not really worried about that. That's one reason my wife wants nothing to do with these window tints. She just can't see when she's backing up, so she doesn't like them. I like them because it just keeps down the glare. My eyes are pretty sensitive. When I was a little kid, my eyes were just so sensitive to light. I mean, no lie. So, but I tell you what, that place is just rocking. I mean, you know, and that's the thing. It's just so, here's a local Ford dealer. You know, what's their inventory? And yeah, they got a few, those new or used, I have no idea. You know, coming over here, the Volkswagen dealer has a ton of product. I mean, and you gotta wonder, why does Volkswagen have so many cars, new cars? That's the healthiest I've seen yet. I'll kind of show you that when we're driving back, even though I think I'm gonna get stuck in heavy traffic because you're doing road construction, which that kind of sucks. But anyways, at that LA tint Manassas, you know, anybody's preaching the gloom and doom and everybody's pulling back, there's no way it's even happening there. So, you know, it's so misinformation. You know, the Wall Street Journal is having articles published more than ever that the major retailers are sucking wind. The major retailers are so overstocked from the pandemic inventory they finally got that they're predicting that November through January sales on the retail end is going to be the worst in 11 years. You know, so you hear this, but yeah, you go to a tint location where, you know as well as I do, you know, tinting your car windows, you know, is that priority? Well, you know, after talking those two little videos I did of people's vehicles, I talk about this all the time. The passion that we have for cars, it's just incredible. I mean, we realize or not, I know people do know this, but I'm just talking in general. There are people that would live in a shack to have a nice Dodge Challenger Hellcat. Hey, I wonder who'd do that, right? If you would have seen my house and barn before I restored it, you'd been like, yeah, that guy. Yeah, that guy right there. You see that guy talking YouTube channel? That'd be the guy who drive out in the middle of the country, lives in the sticks, and has all these fancy cars parked around this shack. Yeah. Would I raise my hand to that? Yeah, I'd raise my hand. That'd be me. That'd be me. You know, the passion for, you know, the love of cars. You know, the impressions. What's that impression? Think about this. You drive by a guy's house out in the boondocks that has a shack, and he's got nice cars and, you know, trucks. You know, what's your immediate thought process, right? I mean, you get it. You understand that. And just reinforcing back there at LA Tint, you saw the older gentleman that just loves his new used Ram 1500 truck. And then you just saw the younger gentleman that just got his F-150 truck, and he just loves that truck to the point he already knows he may have to sacrifice what he drives around, which he will, just to be able to have that truck. I mean, the list goes on and on and on of what we do. Well, here, but here's the same thing, and the sad thing too is, unsadly, there's been people shot and killed for someone trying to steal their nice car. In fact, the Washington Commanders, the former Washington Redskins, apparently in D.C. yesterday, one of the rookie, you know, new teammates was in D.C. was driving a Dodge white Charger. I have no idea if it was an SRT. I mean, it looked like it was probably the SRT package, but not the Hellcat. And he got shot. Somebody trying to steal his car. I mean, so, you know, on the sad part of all things, people will do radical things to steal these really, you know, cool cars. Where somebody feels like the value of your life means nothing to them in comparison to the value of the car. And we know, we've heard these stories over and over again of people that have been killed from car hijacking. You know, it's really sad. It's really bad. And more than ever today, you know, that's going on more than ever today. And on top of that, people that go out and steal cars. You know, it's a major problem. So, I mean, here's talking dealership. They have so many Volkswagens, and I mean, these are new Volkswagens. That's the healthiest I've seen. Now let's look at the Dodge Ram. So the Ram trucks, what I notice when I drive around, the Ram trucks And the Jeeps are pretty healthy. You know, the Jeep Wranglers. You know, so what is that all about? You know, why is like the Jeep and Ram product line really healthy? You go to a Ford dealership, there's nothing there. You go to a Chevy dealership, there's nothing there. You go to a GMC dealership, there's nothing there. You go to a Cadillac dealership, there's nothing there. You go to a Toyota dealership, the Tundras are healthy to a degree, but overall nothing there. So, I mean, what's going on? I mean, is it because Ram, Jeep have a better production? They're doing it much better on handling their production? Or is it relative to their sales? Are their sales down and not as many people want to buy the Ram truck? I have no idea. This isn't me picking on Ram or Jeep. I have no idea. I'm just sharing out ideas of why do some brands have more inventory than other brands. Because if you watched my video last week, you'll see me driving around the dealerships and there's just no new inventory. But yet today, you know, out here in a different area market, in a different brand, you know, and I shouldn't really say that because the Jeep brand, Dodge Ram brand is very big up there in the Tyson's Corner area. But it seems like this dealer has more Ram trucks than they did. But I don't know. I really didn't look for the Ram trucks. And a lot of vehicles are parked off-site. That's a whole other variable that people don't realize. The thievery is so bad right now on these Dodge Challenger and Dodge Charger products. Look at your conversation. Do you know how many gas stations, new gas stations I see being built all the time? I travel all over the place. And the amount of gas stations that are being built brand new, it's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling. It is. Gas stations are going out of business. Yes, the small mom and pop are. The big conglomerate ones are not. They're just expanding by leaps and bounds. They're putting out of business the mom and pop, not because the people aren't buying gas. It's because the big conglomerates have a much better package for you to go to the store and do all in one, get your food, feel good about the food, and get your fuel and get in and get out. So, anyway, so the thievery more than ever in these Highline cars is getting really bad. And unfortunately for the Dodge product line, Dodge just has not done a good job on their vehicles. There's no doubt in my mind that if I get this, I keep on saying, if I get this Dodge Challenger Gold Rush Edition, I keep on saying, if I do, is that me trying to lure you back to watch that video? It's not. I'm just, until I drive the car and come to terms with my own brain. You got a brain? I thought there was a little wheel up there with a gerbil inside there running 100 miles an hour. That's what I thought, right? Hey, don't get too personal, right? So the point is, if I take that car, that Gold Rush wide body red eye, and I go park that somewhere, especially not kind of like in the right area, and it's left there, and then it's kind of known that it's left there more than once or twice, it's gone. There's no doubt in my mind that car will be gone. No doubt. There's no doubt in my mind. I mean, there's YouTube videos, or there's videos out there that show people how to steal these cars. That's how bad it is. I mean, that's how bad it is. So for me, I'm just radiating back to you about how the car market, certain manufacturers have incredible challenges of new cars, but it seems like other manufacturers, does the German European brand have a better handle on their manufacturing side, and they've got a healthier inventory? Is it the Asian and the Chinese, Japanese, Asian market that's been hit the hardest from the COVID, and they've had the challenge of getting these, production back up within reason? And or is it more that Ford, which we already know, has announced you're not going to be able to get a new car off the Ford lot. You got to order one. And even I've heard Toyota talk about this. Is Toyota more than ever now on the page, you have to do an online order or a dealer order to get your new car? I don't know. I don't know those answers, because I'm not buying Toyotas at this time. You know, I've kind of totally just sold my Toyota. You know, I just sold my Toyota Avalon, which, Jesus Christ, you've heard that story. It took forever to get rid of that dang thing without writing a big old fat check to get rid of it. Yeah, how healthy is the used car market? Yeah, I know. And you know what blows me away is I've had more success on values of cars that the Toyotas. The Toyotas haven't done anything for me. But yes, a Toyota TRD Pro 4Runner, yes. Toyota TRD Tacoma, yes. But all the Supra, gotta be careful here. Supra did good for me. Would a TRD Camry done better? Oh yeah. If I would have had a Toyota TRD Camry and not a TRD Avalon, and I just had a gut instinct when I bought that car, it would not really hold its value. And I was so right. I even challenged the salesman, the general manager, the finance guy at Kuhns Tyson's Toyota. We had a sit down, heart-to-heart conversation. And this is no lie. At that time, pre-pandemic, the presentation was my Toyota TRD Pro truck would be in proportion to losing value as a TRD Avalon car. How wrong was that conversation? I can guarantee you I would have gotten paid more for my TRD Pro if I would have kept it, versus I couldn't even get close to what I paid for my Avalon. Yeah. Am I blaming them? No. I'm just sharing information on how you'll have somebody sit in front of you and tell you the way it's going to be. And yeah, that's the danger more than ever in society. It's some people that just get so bullheaded in a position of authority, and they'll just so convince you that they know the answers, and they don't. That's the problem more than ever in today's society. You have people that are in high-powered positions telling people things that just aren't right. It's not correct. I got to remember to go by Sam's Club. The reason I go by Sam's Club, they have a better terry cloth towel. I'm only assuming this Sam's Club up here in Virginia has the same thing the Tennessee Sam's Club has. I always go to Costco because the Sam's Club is not close to me or convenient. But what I've figured out is when I clean cars, those terry cloth towels, what I get from Costco, the yellow ones, they actually don't feel as good. They feel just a little too heavy, a little more abrasive, even though they're not. But the Sam's ones, Sam's Club's terry cloth towels, they seem lighter and just more user-friendly. I tell you, we're right here in this area where everybody's merging in. You kind of missed it. I was back there between truck and trailer, and everybody merges over, and my good old Raptor truck goes, "Oh no, don't do that to me." Yeah, so I'm gonna go by. I can't forget that I'll be yippee yabba dabba doobin. Wow, is this gonna be another 2 for a day? Post in my YouTube channel. I guess I just got a lot of. I just been trying to share a lot of information and material, and I don't know. Somebody may reach out and go, dude, it's overkill. It's too much information. I don't know. Okay, am I getting paid? So if you think I'm making all these YouTube videos because I'm getting paid, I'm not. I just enjoy making videos and giving information, and I can only hope that the information I give back to you helps you. Just like this here. I don't know why LA Tint didn't tell me, 50 cars back that I could put this, let me get my phone to explode back out a little bit. I didn't know that you could do this to your front windshield. Okay? And had I known that, every truck that I have would have had this film across it. But did they tell me that? No. I don't even know how that came about. I think I was just standing around, and it makes such a difference. Like today, as you know, I'm not really glasses. But now that windshield glare is down, it's not as radical. I mean, borderline, I could probably take these glasses off, and it wouldn't be that blinding to my eyes. So here's the thing. I just am sharing with you right now, in the state of Virginia, apparently, if you stay within the line reason of your front windshield, it's legal. I thought it was illegal. I have no idea. So hopefully I somebody else's benefit for us. This is the road where, yeah, so, if the phone cuts out, what's going on now, right? I have no idea. All right, look at that. So I'm an 18, but my MPG went down a little bit because I've been doing a lot of idling today, waiting around for my guy. It makes a big difference. That's sitting around. That's the worst thing you can do to a car, really. Just have it idle. But here's the thing: 94 degrees out. See that little red flash right there? If you can kind of see that red flash, that is the infrared that's reading my body movements. So like right now, I've had this truck with the 360 Blue Cruise. So if I was to set my Blue Cruise up on my F-150 Lightning, that would, detect my body movement. It catches if your face is watching. Look at that charger. It catches your body movements if you're paying attention or not. And so that's what that's all about over there. And I don't know if you can see it. You got to get the right. Oh, there's another one. See there? So that's what's going on. The truck's constantly monitoring the actions of what we're doing. Then there's the camera up there next to the rear view mirror. So today more than ever, our cars are, the black box. I mean, more than ever, we're being monitored. We're being tracked. Everything we do. It's crazy. I spent the whole afternoon getting my computer. I got a MacBook computer. And as people know, they're the computer gurus out there. It's crazy and how, I went to Apple, to their support, to help me get my computer up and going. And I get this. So, I don't know if anybody's familiar with the mailbox settings, but you have in the Mac products, you got your mailboxes. And you can go to the doctor troubleshooting if your servers aren't properly reading to send mail out and inbound. There's always proxy settings and everything. So I get since I have a company and a business, I've had so many emails. I mean, and over, years and years and years, I had like close to 100,000 emails on my computer. And my computer really started slowing down. So I literally had to get rid of, my emails. I just had to get rid of them and rid of them and rid of them. And I did that last year. And so then this year, every now and then my computer's still not functioning properly, even to the point that I can't do software updates because the computer says on 1 terabyte I have 780 gigabyte left, but yet when you do a software update it says I only have 26 or 22 gigabyte available and needs more of that to do a new software update. So anyways, I spent a lot of time with Apple yesterday, and we were able to find the emails. So apparently, when you have your fix your email, or I should say your mail doctor box, where you can go in and you can troubleshoot it to figure out what your proxy settings and servers and all that stuff, inbound, outbound stuff goes. And apparently, I had a check mark for it to data log all that stuff. Well, apparently all that interaction of every email activity is data logged and sent to your server, I should say to your hard drive, and it's retained on your hard drive until you erase it. But you don't see that, so it's not known to you. So we finally decoded yesterday, we finally got full disclosure out of my computer. That was my saying to the Apple guy, he kind of got a kick out of that. We finally got full disclosure out of my computer after going through multiple applications and files that he showed me how to open up and critique all this. And I had 785 gigabyte of email transactions that were still recorded on the hard drive. So that was a major problem with my computer. My whole hard drive space was just being sucked up by all that email connections, trackability, and whatever else, all the terms you use for your computer gurus out there. So we had to literally erase all of that in order to free up all the hard drive space, and we had to remove the Mac OS operating system off the whole hard drive, then reinstall it. And the only reason I'm bringing this up is the gentleman said that when you go into your proxy settings in your doctor, fix your mailbox doctor settings, do not check that. You can check off that little box for you to evaluate what's going on with your different accounts, but be sure to uncheck it once you fix your problem. Otherwise, it keeps track of every email transaction for the history of your email, and it clutters up your hard drive, where I guess unbeknownst to the people, this is the dirty secret. This is where somebody erases all their emails because somebody's going to take their laptop because you've done something criminal, or you've done something suspicious, or at your office you're doing things that you're not supposed to be doing, so you think, oh, that's not a big deal. You erase all of your emails off your computer, but if your employer, whoever gave you that computer, has that little checkbox marked off that shows all of the email, connectivity and certain, way it interacted for all its transactions, unbeknownst to you, that's hidden in your hard drive. And you're thinking, oh, sure, here, take back my laptop. You're not going to see, that I was emailing back and forth to my friends and family all day long, and I was doing this or doing that, and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. Well, guess what? No. When they get into your computer, the computer guru will be able to open up that little file and go, aha, here it is. And this person thinks that we don't know what's going on. We now have a whole case against this person to move forward on whatever you've done to get yourself what they think's in trouble. So just some information. These computers today, more than ever, track everything you do, just like the cars we drive. You're not going to get out of the traffic accident if you're in a violent traffic accident trying to tell everybody that you're only doing 50 miles an hour when you're doing 80 miles an hour. Oh, here we go. So here's shit back there. Ah, dang it. I wanted to show you. That dealership back there is all Teslas. It's a Volt. So there's a total opposite scenario. Whereas at one Volkswagen dealership in one part of the county, another Volkswagen dealership in another part of the county, they have all Teslas sitting out in front of their dealership, like 20 or 30 used. So they're totally on the page of used cars. And like I said earlier this morning, they're showing a 36% they're showing 36% of the people in the country have an interest in an EV now, versus 4% had interest 2 years ago. So as a dealership, what are you going to do? You're going to stock EV vehicles. All right, information overload. I'm going to get close up here to get to the what? It'll be interesting. I'll go into the Sam's. So it's Warp Drive. Okay, so this is the technology park. You get it? Warp Drive, right? And you know what? When I was down in Florida or somewhere, I was talking about how in this Loudoun County area, it is massive tech data centers. Oh, here's my guy. All right, so my guy's checking in. So what's going on there? He's got in the field working on my Mach-E.
That you forgot to charge. Yeah, it's got 54 miles back to the house and a 55-mile range. So
1 mile of life. But here's the question: if you do all back roads, don't you think that'll turn into 20 miles to your advantage when you get in, or what's your gut instinct tell you?
Yeah, I think I'll be okay once I get on 28 and off. I'm on 200 right now, and I'm taming it down a little bit, because if I was going away, so I'm going 65, 70, and it should be all right. But yeah, so I have 53 miles left and 55-mile range now. So yeah, it's gonna make it back, but just by the skin of its chinny chin.
Yeah, I know. It's a little nerve-wracking. I mean, you know the car well enough now, but if you had never driven the car. What? You there?
Right now, and it's fucking 97 degrees outside. So.
Oh, that's right. So wait a second. You didn't disclose that. So you're not running the AC?
I've used the AC maybe only when I really want to cool down for a second, when I'm stop not moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would totally screw me. If I turn the AC on right now, I'm gonna be stuck at Point of Rocks.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. So all day, 95-degree day out, you've been riding around with no AC? Oh my gosh.
Pretty much.
Yeah, employee harassment, right? Employer harassment.
Yeah.
File. I'm gonna get a case.
I'm glad I grabbed some bottles of water out of the fridge before I rolled out, because I'm sweating out twice as much as I'm consuming.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah. Right.
I'm soaking wet. And like I said, what's stupid about these electric cars is you turn the fan off, there's no air movement in the cab. There's nothing.
I know. It's so stupid, but you know why? It's all about the aerodynamics.
Yeah, but to me, man, like, they should give you some sort of like button for like green cooling, or just like breeze cooling or something.
Well,
just to turn your air conditioning off and give you a little dampener to open so it blows it through your cab like the old cars did.
Yeah, and or they just have vents that open up. You have electronic vents that open up.
Where's our triangle vents from our pickup trucks of the 70s and 80s?
Yeah.
Where's our little triangle vents?
Right.
So we need that.
Yeah, right. No, I know. But but what I was going to say a second ago, if you had never driven that car before, I think you'd be in the freak out mode right now.
Oh, you'd be totally fucking freaking out.
Because where you are right now, technically, there's no charging stations really conveniently
There's nothing. I mean, Point of Rocks has some charging stations at the Mark train, but I think there's 2 of them. That's the only ones that I can think of, honestly.
Wow. But I bet you they're 15 kilowatt.
Commuter lot.
Yeah, I bet you they're 15 kilowatt. They're not big kilowatt, if you know what I mean.
See, now I'm dead even. See, I got too heavy on the throttle, and now I'm 50-mile range with 50 miles to go.
I got it. Yeah, I hear you. But I mean, sincerely, if you ran a car to nothing, sincerely, what would we have to do if you ran it down to it's dead? It's totally dead. What would we have to do?
You got to get it towed back to the shop.
Isn't that something?
So that you can plug it in.
Yeah.
You get it towed to somewhere where you can plug it in.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Tell you what, I was at LA Tint, Manassas. That place is a gold mine. Packed. Phone ringing off the hook. People walking out the door. You'd never guess that if anybody's telling you the economy's going south, that operation sure doesn't have anything to do with it.
Well, it's all new car purchases that are still through the roof up. So, I mean, I bet they'd slow down, but used car purchases are still. I mean, yeah, we know. That's the market, used cars.
Right.
And I think in Virginia, half the time in Virginia.
Yeah. All right, so looking here, 4029. So what am I going to pay today? What's the damage? Wow, 16 gallons. Wow. I've sucked up more fuel than I thought I did. Right? Uh-oh, this is going to be $80. Nope, $70. So, not too shabby, right? Well, if you drive a Ford electric truck, you wouldn't be paying this. I have not been on this Sam's Club. I bet you in 10 years, at least, maybe 15 years. It just isn't convenient to where I shop usually. So, hope they have these terracotta tiles. You heard about a guy that works for me. There's a challenge. You don't charge your car up enough, and then you hear him talking about how he's driving around with the AC off, which he's figured out makes a big difference on the energy used in that car. But like he was talking about, there's no front airflow through those cars. You'd think they'd have electronic, vents up front that would open up to let you bypass the AC to kind of save on that to get fresh air into the car. I mean, that's factual. You just look at any electric car driving on the road. There's no front grille. There's no airflow through that front besides the bottom of it that I've shown you, where it helps cool down the battery pack. All right, so let's see my mileage. Wow, so I'm at 6. So look at that. I'm at 612. So this is pretty impressive. So think about this. In this truck here, without towing a trailer, I can go to Tennessee. And still have 200 miles of fuel left. I could go to Florida with just stopping once. Did you hear that? I could go to Florida just stopping once for gas. I mean, that is impressive. Yeah, And that's where the electric vehicle conversations all go south once you start talking about traveling. Some people are like, nah, I can deal with it. Well, this is dangerous because see these glasses here? This is where I buy these glasses. A lot of people on my forum make fun of me about my funky glasses look, but yeah, I'll end up buying a set of new glasses. They usually sell them. What they are glasses. See, if you look, I have my regular glasses on, but I can put these over. So I have prescription driving, sunglasses, but it's the same challenge I've been showing you. I don't know where I leave them somewhere, can't find them, and then you have to take them off all the time. Then you can't see. All right. So here they are. Here's my funky glasses I buy that people laugh at. Okay. So there's one. There's a tag on it. All right. Now. Oh my gosh. Should I get a second one? That's kind of a cool one, isn't it? I don't know if it'll fit over my glasses. I just gotta be careful of. Some of these, like this here, this probably will. Let me check that out. All right, that ain't cheap. That's 25 bucks. I just spent like 75 bucks down in Tennessee buying these damn things. About like 2 or 3 pairs. Squeaky cart. All right, now the towel should be down here. Yeah, what'd I tell you? Nope. They don't have the same ones they get down in Tennessee. But for today, so they're 17 bucks. But, oh boy. So I'll get some of these and make the best of it. We'll see if we like them or not, right? So, remember I was telling you on my other channel how if you think you wash your car on your own versus going to a car wash, you save all this money? You don't. You're kidding yourself. Okay, use your Dawn liquid dishwashing soap that removes all your wax off your car, and use your bathroom towels and get some WD-40 and spray it on your tires. I don't know. I guess you could probably kind of make that all work, right? Yeah, it's the same old story. Go to Costco, go to Sam's. How does that all play out? I call it the $500 club. Yeah, I get out for $200. So, who doesn't know these stories? All right, time to load up the car. My mother-in-law calls and her computer's not working right. Yeah. Gotta love the automatic tailgate, right? I get all our stuff in here. And the fun begins. The chore begins as my cart goes down the hill. Well, that little dog net's pretty cool. Look at that. Well, doggy goodies, right? All right, now I get the right. Now I'm back to the goofball look. Is that what you say? Yeah, man. Makes you look goofier. You already look goofy, but makes you look goofier. Okay, well, yeah, I get all that. That's why I wasn't the famous, personality star. Is that what you say? Now, is the car any cooler because of my tinted windows? I mean, does that really play out? So let's see. Yeah, a little bit. But I've already had the truck on, so all the receipts and all the stuff just doesn't end. All right, I'm sure most people are like, Jesus Christ, man, how many videos are you gonna make in one day? What are you gonna do? Make 10 videos in one day for us, huh? Yeah, right. Oh, the beauty of traffic, man. I love this adaptive cruise control with my Crocs. Everybody's making fun of my Crocs. He's wearing Crocs. I love these things. I've worn these things all summer. They're so comfortable, but yeah, it's the Route 15, challenges in Virginia, Maryland, but I talked about that other day, but yeah, so I think I'm gonna wrap up the video. I'm sure some people are like, Jesus Christ, information beyond information. I hear you loud and clear, so yeah, let's go ahead and wrap up part 2 of the Monday afternoon conversations. This is my exhaust. It's interesting, I put this truck in exhaust note. So if you look right here, there's a little feature right here. I wonder what the Raptor R thing is. Oh, okay, sport. Oh, it gives you all these different settings for, yeah, so here's the exhaust. So you can go to different exhausts. And I don't want that. No. So what I want is there's quiet, there's normal, and there's sport. And the sport one does get a little bit more of a throaty exhaust, so not too shabby. But anyways, hey everybody, appreciate you guys watching my channel, and had a really nice comment from an individual. It wasn't like, you know, aggressive against the anti-Rivian. I'm not anti-Rivian by any means. I just think that comparing to a Rivian adventure vehicle to a full-size truck, I think it's kind of like your two-door Porsche is being compared to your four-door Charger. You know what I mean? I just think it's in the same segment. So no hate to Rivian guys. Hey, you know, in all sincereness, if that thing would have had a little bit more of the, what I felt was more usable for me, you'd probably be hearing me doing YouTube video reviews on that vehicle. I'm not lying. If that vehicle had a little bit more amenities and room and comfort and priced right, I'd probably have one. But it didn't work out that way for the moment. But stay tuned for the next adventure, right? So everybody, thanks for watching my Ice Age TV, and hope everybody has a blessed, great afternoon and evening. I just can't keep from talking, can I? So look here. Look at my bull horns. So you know as well as I do, if this is mounted on a bull, this is how it's probably going to be the angle. Versus, look at my Bronco, it's reversed. And a gentleman even commented when I did this, I put them on backwards. And kind of thinking about this is probably the safer way without somebody kind of maybe poking themselves. When I was going down to Florida though, this thing flipped all the way up and it went into the hood. You can see right here where it got the hood there, and it got the hood over here. This actually, you know, this actually pierced, the bullhorns got me, you know what I mean? So the bullhorns literally, so this time around, I reversed them, like, because the guy was saying you got them backwards. So I did that. I'm only concerned is, boy, somebody walks up against this truck too close, you would really probably cut yourself or kind of poke yourself. But here, you got my guy, it just works for me. In the week, he takes the Mach-E home to charge it at his house. So by the weekend, I want it back home because I don't want him really driving around. Not that I think he will, but you know, the problem. Plus, he wants his FJ Cruiser to do his thing on the weekend, so I get all that. So, anyways, he claims he got home with 1 mile left with 6% energy. So you're talking about pushing to the max today. There's an example where, you know, my Mach-E experiences with one of my guys driving it, he's, you know, had that thing down to 0. Literally, if he would run the air conditioning, he probably would have made it home. And as we talk, you know, if your battery dies in that car, you're dead in the water. There is no jump starting that car. It's a total now wait on the side of the road. Hopefully you get off the side of the road and you have to have a tow truck come and get you. All right, that's it. I'll shut up. Have a great evening.